Hey everybody, it's Miss A and I'm here with a foldable tutorial video. This video will show you how we do multiple foldables within the classroom. So the first one I want to talk about is it's our vocabulary foldable. We do this typically in science a lot because we tend to have about the same amount of words that we introduce each time. So what we do is we do a horizontal fold. So your paper is horizontal, which means laying down, and I'll tell the children horizontal fold, which means I bring the top to the bottom and I fold it down the middle. And if you see, here's what the paper looks like. Then, after I have my horizontal fold, I bring the right end over to the left end. This gives me my vocabulary 4 square. It gives me 4 squares on the front and 4 squares on the back. Typically we say 3 squares on the back because we need the 1 square to make sure we can glue it into our notebook. So after we do that, we fold it down. We fold it down, fold it over. We would do 2 swipes across the back and glue it into our notebooks. And that way we could always fold it up like this, fold it out, and flip it over. The next foldable that we're going to do is typically a foldable we do in in math. So we have our paper vertical. It is standing up like a normal piece of paper. We do our vertical fold. That's what I say to the children, vertical fold. We fold down the middle. Now, I'll say place the holes with the open part facing you, and depending upon how many terms we have, we would separate our paper, and we use the line to gauge our how many lines we use. So for example, if we had a third, or we needed a third of the paper, we don't count the top because the top is always where we write our label. So I'm actually going to fold that over so that I know I'm not counting that. And if it's a third, we fold the paper a third of the way down and then fold it back a third of the way. And then that gives me my thirds, my rough thirds. And then what we do at this point, this is where the kids tend to make a mistake. We separate, so I pick up the part with my holes. I do not cut this part, so I leave that here, and I cut on my folded lines where I put my folds on my top sheet, and I cut to the seam. Cut to the seam. So I cut right there. That gives me an area where I can label my vocabulary. I know it's a little hard to see. I can label my vocabulary, and then this part gives me flaps.